Okay, yogis, welcome. Thank you for being here. We're in our balancing series, balancing in an unbalanced world, balancing mind, body, spirit, the whole shebang. In fact, did you know that the original definition of yoga is evenness of mind or balancing the mind? That goes back to 500 BCE. That's the definition of yoga. It's balance, evenness of mind. So, our pranayama is going to be about balance today. It is a box breath. The box breath is what Navy SEALs use to stay calm and focused and mentally balanced during challenging times. And it goes like this: you inhale on a count of four, you retain your breath for a count of four, you exhale for a count of four, and then you pause your breath for a count of four, and then repeat. So it's a box. It's a box of four counts: inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing. But first, sit up tall and let's get our breath going with some really deep yogic breath, our dirga breaths, our belly breaths in and out of the nose. Big, long, full, even breaths. All right, I will count for you the rhythm for the box breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale and bring your breathing back to normal. And I'm hoping you feel balanced after that. Let's take a deep breath together and we'll Om in. Om. Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki. The divine is the inner teacher. Thanks again for being here. So oming has the effect of elongating your exhalation, because when you're going om, you're not breathing in, you're exhaling. And a prolonged exhalation like that has a very, very calming effect on your nervous system. So that's one reason to do om. The other is just to prepare your mind and body for the upcoming practice. So we'll start with our spinal warm up. Lace your fingers, palms facing down. And then as you inhale, push your palms away from you and inhale very slowly through your nose, make the breath last. And as you push your palms away from you, feel your shoulder blades separate on your back. And then come all the way up above your head, stretching your shoulders and your arms. Pause here. And then inhale again, push your palms up. As you exhale, unlace your hands and then let your right hand drop down to beside your right hip. And then your left arm will come beside your ear. And see if you can keep your left palm facing upward as we do this today. And then put your left shoulder back and look up a little bit. And take a couple of deep breaths here. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, let your left hand float back down to earth. Inhale, open your arms in a T. Exhale, twist your body to the right. Your left hand will come on the outside of your right thigh. Right hand plants behind you to keep your spine vertical as you twist. Several deep breaths here. And one more breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Lace your fingers again. Now take your fingers and relace them with the opposite thumb on top and the opposite pinky on the bottom. And it's going to feel really funny. And now press your palms down away from your body. Inhale as you push your palms away from you. Feel your shoulders separate on your back. Feel your arms stretch. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Inhale. Exhale, unlace the fingers. Left hand floats down beside the hip. The right arm comes beside the ear, palm facing up. Put the right shoulder back. Maybe look up, and several deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale as you allow your right arm to float back to earth. Inhale, open your arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes on the left thigh, left hand behind. Deep breaths. Every time you exhale, you get a little deeper in the twist. Make sure your spine stays vertical as you twist, and make sure your neck is relaxed, and don't allow your shoulders to creep up towards your ears. One more deep breath in, and exhale slowly back to center. Switch the cross of your legs so we get balanced. And then take your fingers on top of your shoulders and have your elbows up to shoulder height. And then start making little circles with your elbows, just little teeny circles. Forward, up and back, forward, up and back. And then allow the circles to get a little bigger and a little bigger and a little bigger. And now with breath, as you inhale, go back, exhale, come forward, inhale, go back, exhale, forward, inhale, back, exhale, forward, and then pause with your angel wings, elbows at shoulder height. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, bring your elbows together in front of your face, and then inhale, open the wings. Exhale, bring the backs of your palms toward each other behind your head without crunching up your neck. They don't have to touch. And then inhale back to your angel wings. So we'll do that again. That's the pattern. Make your breath work with it. Inhale. Exhale, close in front. Inhale, open. Exhale, up. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, up. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, up. Inhale, open, and then pause. And then release. And then just shrug your shoulders back and forth. Release your neck. And then please come into a table position, patting your knees accordingly, patting your wrists accordingly. With a flat back, take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hips toward your heels, very slowly with your breath, exhaling. Inhale very slowly through your nose back up to table. Make your breath last. Exhale very slowly, making your breath last. Bring your bottom toward your heels, lubricating our joints. Inhale very slowly, making your breath last. Come into the flat back table. Exhale very slowly. This time, push into your cat back. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Feel your vertebra open. Inhale very slowly, making the breath last as you come into your cow, your extended spine, and bring your head forward, tailbone back, shoulders down from the ears. Feel the shoulder points go together down your back, and then back to a flat back table. Inhale, open your right arm as you twist to the right. One more breath here. Exhale, bring your arm underneath your left arm. So your palm's facing up. You're going to thread your right arm underneath your left arm and then bring your shoulder down to the mat and hopefully your head as well for a nice shoulder stretch. Using your left hand for support. Your right arm, your right palm is facing up. Okay, slowly push into your left hand to unthread. Come back into your table. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bring your right knee in towards your chest and then flex your spine. Bring your knee to your nose and pause here for a breath or two in this flexion, which uses core strength to hold your knee up toward your nose. And then inhale, kick your leg back behind you. Parallel your hips and your leg to the mat. And then bring your left arm forward into our balancing table. And hold this for a couple of breaths. This uses core strength. Breathe. Your breath is your power. Breathe. Your breath enables you to hold poses without effort, or with maybe just a little bit of effort. One more breath in. Exhale, a hand comes down, the knee comes in. With a flat back, inhale. Exhale, lift your left arm open, twist to the left. Reach as high as you can, opening the shoulder and the chest. One more breath here. Exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right. Your left palm is facing up, and we're going to come on down to our left shoulder, supporting our body with our right hand. And slowly push into your right hand as you unthread, coming back into your table pose. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bring your left knee into your chest. Flex your spine, bring your nose toward your knee, and hold this for a breath or two with your spine flexed, using your core muscles to keep your leg up. Inhale, kick the leg back behind you, parallel your hips, parallel your leg. And then very slowly bring your right arm up into the balancing table on this side. One more big, long breath. Exhale, hand comes down and the knee comes in. And then please come forward onto your bellies. Prop up onto your forearms. And line up your elbows underneath your shoulders. Your forearms are parallel to each other in our Sphinx pose. Now, drag your forearms towards you so you can pull your chest forward like a puffed pigeon. And then as you do that, bring your shoulders down from your ears and stretch your neck like a turtle coming out of its shell. And then push your pelvis and your thighs into the mat, the tops of your feet, if your body allows you to do that. And then roll your thighs inward slightly so that you feel your outer glutes engage and the middle of your butt is softened. And so this is making space for your lower back. And breathe a couple of breaths. This looks amazingly simple, and it can be, but also it can be amazingly complicated if you do all of these things that I just said at once, pulling your arms towards you, extending your neck, pulling your shoulders down, pushing in your pelvis, pushing down in your thighs, rolling your thighs in, and breathing. One more breath here. Okay, from here, some core work. Tuck your toes, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, you're going to push into a forearm plank. Make sure your body's one long line of energy from the crown of your head down to your heels. Don't allow your butt to stick up in the air and don't allow your belly to sag down. One diagonal straight line. And breathe. One more breath. And then bring your pelvis back down and return to Sphinx. And now the Sphinx feels like a resting pose after that. So I think the world record for a forearm plank is something like 30 hours. It's unbelievable. It's done a Navy SEAL, former Navy SEAL, of course. And he was probably doing the box breath the whole time so he could hold it. Do this again. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift up into your forearm plank, tuck your belly because you're really using all your core strength here. Breathe. Try not to put pressure on your neck. Try to keep your neck soft. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then bring your pelvis back down, uncurl the toes, and return to Sphinx. Okay, so we're going to do a forearm side plank. And I'm going to show you how you can keep your legs parallel to each other and keep your feet one in front of each other, or you can stack your feet. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You're going to take your right arm and pivot it so that it's parallel to the front edge of your mat. And then you're going to roll on to your right side. So one foot can be in front of the other, or you can stack your feet on top of each other here. Then you're going to lift up your hips, pushing into your right forearm, and your left arm reaches up to 12 o'clock in a forearm plank, and breathe. Now really take your hips and push them up to the ceiling here. And then the hips come down, arm comes down, and the body comes down back to Sphinx. Okay, so what we do on one side, we'll do on the other to stay balanced. Pivot the left arm, come onto the left hip, and then push into the forearm, and you can even push into your right hand to get your hips off the mat, and then reach up with your right arm and push your hips up to the ceiling. A lot of core strength here. Okay, bring the arm down, bring the hips down, repivot back to your Sphinx. Okay. From here, push to table. And then we're going to shoot our chest forward into upward facing dog. So bring your chest between your arms, straighten your arms, push your hands into the mat so you're really pushing your shoulders down from your ears, extending your neck long. You can keep your knees on the mat here, or if you choose, you lift your knees off the mat if you like. And breathe, upward facing dog. Okay, if your knees are up, put them down. Push back to table. Tuck your toes and lift your hips into downward facing dog. And I'll remind you of some cues. Keep your middle finger pointing toward the front of the mat. Push into all 10 fingers so that you feel pressure in your finger pads and there's a slight bend in your knuckles, and you're pushing down at the base of your palm as well. There's a little puff of air right in the middle of the palm. Squeeze your forearms toward each other. Roll the shoulders out as you do so. Bend the knees, get your hips way up in the air. Don't worry about straightening your legs until you have a really long spine. Roll your thighs inward slightly. And then bend your knees a lot so you can walk up to your hands. Come into a forward fold. Hang here for a breath or two, bending your knees a lot. You can rest your belly on your thighs if you like. And then very slowly, rise up, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then come into Tadasana, pause. Tadasana, the ultimate two-legged balance, equal weight in both feet. Make sure your feet are hip width distance apart, parallel to each other, bellies in, tailbone down, chest forward, shoulders down from the ears, head stacked right on top of the shoulders. This is a very active pose. Roll your thighs into so your leg muscles are engaged. An active rest. Okay, so if you're using blocks, have your blocks handy. And I'll tell you when you might want to use them. So don't look at blocks as cheating or as a crutch of any sort. Blocks are an enhancement to many poses. And it's better for you to get the full pose with blocks than to do a half-ass version of it without the blocks. Back into Tadasana, the blocks are on either side of your feet. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bend the knees, come into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Or this is what I'm calling the skiing position now. If anybody skis, or will be, maybe nobody will be skiing this winter, but this is your ski pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands on the thighs, straighten the legs, flatten the spine, extend the head forward, tailbone back, lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, bring your hands down to your blocks or the mat beside your feet. So one hand is on either side of each foot. Step your right foot back so that you're in a high lunge. And in your high lunge, check your alignment here. Make sure the left knee is directly over the ankle. Your hips are level, so don't allow your right hip to cock up. That's the tendency. It's going to want to do that. Push into your right heel and lift your right thigh muscles so they contract. Have a nice long spine. Think about one line going from the point of your head down to your heel, one straight diagonal line. This is called a runner's lunge. Put weight into the right hand and then inhale, twist open to the left. One more breath. Exhale, hand comes down and bring your right knee down. So this is the low crescent lunge. Now we're going to get light in our fingertips, bring our arms forward and then up overhead into Anjaneyasana. Okay, so we're going to grab opposite elbows with opposite hands, and we're going to bring our left hand arm on the bottom, our right arm on the top as we grab the elbows. And this is part of the balancing feature of yoga, always has a purpose for everything. And we are balancing our left leg forward with our left arm under. Push the forearms back away from your ears. Chest open, look up if you like. One more breath here. And as you exhale, release your elbows. Bring your hands down to mat or blocks. Tuck your right toes, Lift your right knee and then step your left foot back to full plank. And here, you could use your blocks or not. Blocks take a little bit of pressure off your wrists in a full plank. Inhale, exhale, bring your knees down, and then shift your chest forward to upward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, tuck your toes, move back to table briefly, and then push up to downward facing dog with or without blocks. Blocks always help get the weight of your dog to the back part of the body and takes the pressure off your wrists. Inhale, swing your right leg up behind you. Exhale, swing it up between your hands or blocks, or pick it up and move it there. Inhale, exhale, step up with your left foot. And then slowly inhale as you rise up. Reach up, Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Pause here, a couple of breaths. Inhale, exhale, hands on the thighs, straighten the legs, flatten the back, extend the spine long. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands down beside your feet on or off blocks. Inhale, exhale, step your left foot back to a high lunge. So you want to reach way back with that left foot so that you can make sure that your right knee is over the ankle. Level your hips, put weight into the left heel, tighten up the left quadriceps by lifting the left thigh up. And make sure your spine is long and you're not crunching your neck. Your shoulders are down from your ears. Put weight into your left hand, inhale, and open up as you exhale, open to the right. Inhale. Exhale, hand comes down, and your left knee comes down. Padding as necessary. And then get light into your fingertips. And then come into your Anjani Asana on this side. Opening your chest. And we'll hug elbows. This time, the right arm is coming down below the left arm, hugging opposite elbows. Push your arms back from your ears and down, elbows, shoulders down from your ears as you look up. Inhale, exhale, release. Hands come back down. Lift your left knee off the mat. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, right foot steps back to plank. Inhale, exhale, knees come down. Shift your chest forward to upward facing dog. You can keep your knees on the mat or lift them off the mat, your choice. Make sure your shoulders are pushed down from the ears. And if your knees are up, place them back down. Push back the table. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up behind you. Exhale, bring it up between your hands or the blocks. Pick it up and move it there. Inhale. Exhale, step up with the right foot. And then slowly, as you inhale, rise up. Reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then Tadasana. Mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, hands on your thighs, straighten the legs. Forward fold halfway, lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, bend knees. Bring your hands down on blocks or a mat beside your feet. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back. Plant your right heel. And then rise up to warrior one. So in warrior one, your feet are hip width distance apart. Your front knee is bent. The knee is above the ankle, not forward of the ankle, above the ankle or behind the ankle. Think about bringing your right hip forward, your left femur sheets back into the hip socket. Put weight in the back foot because people have a tendency to lean too far forward and get the weight off of the back foot. So think about the outside edge of the back foot. Breathe. Don't allow your neck to be crunched here. Open arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, clasp your fingers behind you and then pull your hands away from your bottom to open your chest even further and pull your hands down so that you bring your shoulders down further away from your ears. And breathe. Don't forget to put weight in that back foot. Don't forget to stabilize the front knee. And this is going to be a bit of a balanced challenge. Inhale. As you exhale, come forward with your hands clasped and bring your left shoulder down toward the left front knee, inside of the left front knee. Okay, unclasp your fingers. Bring your hands to the inside of your left leg, pivot onto your right toes, and bring your right knee down. And then we're going to move into our lizard pose by walking our left foot out and then coming down to our forearms. You can use blocks here or bring your forearms down to the mat, all depending on your own level of hip flexibility. You want to have your shoulder somewhere near your knee, and you want to have your foot either in line with your head or forward of your head. And then use your breath here to relax in this pose. So one secret of yoga is every time you exhale, your muscles relax a little bit. And so you want to think about every time you exhale, getting a little deeper in the pose. And you want to use your breath as your power here. So you're focusing on your breath as you allow your muscles to relax. Slowly push back up to your hands. Walk your foot in. Reframe your foot, so take your left hand and bring it on the outside of your left foot. Tuck your right toes, lift the right knee, and then step your left foot back to plank. Making sure the one long line of energy from the crown of your head to your heels. Don't let your belly drag down. Don't let your buttock stick up in the air. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knees down and shift forward to upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, back to table, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg kicks up. Exhale, shoot it up between your hands or pick it up and put it there. Inhale, exhale, step up with the left foot. Slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands on thighs, straighten the legs, flatten the spine. Inhale. Bend the knees as you exhale, bring your hands all the way down. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot back, planting your left heel, and then slowly rising up to warrior one on this side. So your feet are hip width distance apart, like railroad tracks. Your back foot is at a diagonal toward the front. Your front knee is over the ankle and not forward of it. You're shifting your left hip forward as your right hip goes back. You're putting weight into the back foot. Open the chest. Tailbone down, so you don't want to overarch your lower back. Open your arms in a T and then clasp your hands behind you. Relace your fingers so the opposite thumb is on top. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lean forward. Bring your shoulder to the inside of that front knee. And then keep lifting your hands away from your back. This is a balance. Take a deep breath. Unlace your fingers. Bring your hands to the inside of the right foot. Pivot onto your left toes. Bring your left knee down. And then we'll come into lizard on this side, walking the right foot out. Coming down onto forearms with or without blocks. Make sure that your knee is somewhere around your shoulder and that your foot is even with your head or forward of your head. Focus on your breath. Allow your body to relax in this pose. Inhale as you push back to up to your hands. Walk your foot back in, reframe the foot so that your right hand is on the other side. Lift your left knee off the mat. Step your right foot back to plank. Get your diagonal line from the crown of your head to your heels. Inhale. Exhale, knees come down. Shift the weight forward, chest forward to upward facing dog. Push the shoulders down from the ears. Take a deep breath. Bring the knees down if they're up. Push back the table. Tuck your toes as you inhale. And as you exhale, push your hips up to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up behind. Exhale, swing it up between your hands. Inhale. Exhale, step with your right foot. And then slowly inhale as you rise up. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then Tadasana. Okay, let's come into a tree pose for our one-legged balance. I'm sure everybody's familiar. I like to hop off my mat to do them. Start with whatever leg you want. Cock the opposite knee outward. Find your focal point, and then bring your foot inside your leg wherever you can place it without pressure on your knee. And then relax as you balance here. Breathe. If you want to grow branches, it's totally up to you. Use your breath for your balance. Slowly release. Bring the foot down, shake out the legs. And let's go to the opposite side, making sure that your knee is cocked outwards so that you have an opening in the groin area. So this is, a double benefit. You're opening your hip area and your groin as while you're balancing, bringing the foot into wherever part of the leg that you want, keeping pressure off the knee, using your breath for balance. Using your core for balance. Release whenever you're ready. Shake it out. And please turn your mat so that you can see me to do some poses on the long edge of your mat. And then we'll start in our 5-pointed star. So your feet are parallel, toes pointing forward. Bring your arms up parallel. Bring your shoulders down from your ears. Push your fingertips away, push your feet away so you're activating your arms and your legs. Tailbones down, belly's in, neck is long. Inhale. Exhale, just make believe you're a windmill and just windmill your arms in a straight line over to the right. And then come back to center. Inhale, windmill over to the left. Arms in a straight line. And back to center. This is one good thing I just realized about Zoom, is that you can see yourself and then you can tell whether your arms are straight or dragging. It's just like a mirror, right? A couple more breaths in 5-pointed star. Take your right toes, pivot them 90 degrees. So they're facing the short edge of your mat now. So you're on a balance beam, your heels lined up with your arch of your left foot. Pick up your left heel, push it out about 1 inch or 2 so the foot is slightly angled. And then we're going to come into Trikonasana by shifting our hips to the left, reaching forward with our right arm, and then placing your right hand either on your leg. You can have your palm facing forward. You can put your hand on a block here. Make sure that your left shoulder stays up and back and that you have a long straight line from fingertip to fingertip. And then reach up with your left hand to come back. Take your right knee and bend the right knee so that you're in warrior 2. Arms are parallel. Turn your head to face the middle finger of your right hand. I know your arms are getting tired by now, mine are. But just breathe and don't think about it. Okay, straighten the front leg. Pivot both feet forward, back to your 5-pointed star, and then we'll take a break, bring your arms down, come from our hip crease, flat back, bring your hands down on the mat or block in front of you. Hang here for a couple of breaths. This is your rest. And then bend the knees, slowly come back to your 5-pointed star. Pivot your left toes 90 degrees so that they're facing the short edge of your mat. Pick up your right heel, scoot it back about 1 inch. Shift your hips to the right, so come into your Trikonasana on this side. One long line of energy, fingertip to fingertip. Resting your hand, you can hold onto your leg. You can put the back of your palm on your leg. You can put your hand on the mat. You can put your hand on the block. Lots of options here. Keep the shoulder up, the right shoulder up. Pull up with your right hand. Come back with your arms parallel to the ground as you bend the left knee, mentally rolling that left thigh outward. And then bring the shoulders down from the ear as you turn your head to look over the middle finger of your left hand. Breathe. Don't forget weight in the right foot, outside edge of the right foot. Like you're lifting your arches, engaging your leg muscles. One more breath. Exhale, pivot both feet forward. Come back to 5-pointed star. Come from your hip crease. Bend the knees gently so that you can bring your hands down. And then somehow step your feet together, bring your knees together, and come on down to your mat. And if you have tight hips or hamstrings, sit up on something like a bolster or a blanket. And then come into a V position on your mat. A V sit. So you want to be able to have enough height in your hips so that your pelvis can tilt forward and you have a neutral lumbar arch. Your feet are up, your knees are up. So the tendency here is to allow your legs to roll out like this. And when you do that, your back usually collapses. So keep your knees up, keep your feet up, and then keep the pelvis tilted forward. And as you relax, bring your hands down, bring your chest down, walk your hands forward. And allow your breath to elongate so that your muscles can relax enough to stretch. So our muscles are pretty warmed up now. So this is something that it's not easy. I won't say it's easy, but it's more reachable, more attainable. Make sure the feet keep pointing up. Now, if you want to, you can grab your feet with your hands, bring your chest down. Don't lock your knees, okay? So it's really easy to lock your knees by doing this. Just make sure you're engaging your muscles enough to lift your knees slightly. And then slowly push yourself back upright. Reestablish the tilt in your pelvis. This is called Upavista Konasana. We're going to take our right hand and slide it on the inside of your right leg. And we're going to bring our left arm up, shoulder up. So we're going to look up and then take your left arm and reach it beside your ear. But don't allow your chest to come forward. Don't allow your shoulder to come forward. So you want to be looking up underneath of your armpit and pretend you're reaching for your foot here. Or maybe you can really reach your foot, but don't let your shoulder come forward to do that. And relax, breathe. Slowly reach up. Arm comes back down. We're going to take our left hand, slide it along the inside of the left leg. Bring the right arm up. So we're shifting our shoulder back, reaching over the ear for the foot. You're going to find one side easier than the other. Make sure the shoulder stays up. And look up underneath your armpit. slowly reach back up. Come back upright. Take your hands underneath your knees so that you can lift your knees. Walk your feet in. And then bring the soles of your feet together in front of you, holding onto your ankles or to your feet. Or you can take a belt strap, yoga strap, and put it around your feet here. And whatever you're using, you want to pull forward with your chest and your pelvis so that you put that lumbar curve back in your lower spine. And then just gently think about letting your knees fall toward the mat. Some of you might be able to get your knees all the way down. Depends a lot on anatomy as well as the tightness of your muscles. But it depends a lot on anatomy. Okay, release. Take your hands on the outside of your knees so that you can pull your knees toward each other. Walk your feet forward slightly so that you can hug your knees and flex your spine backwards. Bring your forehead towards your knees by tucking your chin, tuck your tailbone underneath your body. So you're in a C, your spine's in a C shape. And then come upright, release, and then come onto your backs with bent knees. Grabbing a block. And everybody's favorite, sacrum on the block. Lift your hips. Put the block underneath your sacrum. Either stay with your feet on the mat, if this is a supported bridge pose, or feet float up in the air into your waterfall pose. In Sanskrit, this is called Viparita Karani, which really means inverted movement. So relax your breath here. Enjoy the flotation of your legs and what feels like water. This inversion temporarily takes the pressure of gravity off your spine and off your organs. And then slowly lower your feet back to the mat. Lift your hips, remove the block. And because we're balancing an unbalanced world, bring your hips down to the mat. And the counter pose for what we just did is doing a Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of your feet together, recline. We did this seated, but now we're just doing it reclined. So gravity does the work for us to get our knees down toward the mat. And then allow your shoulders to relax. And then please very slowly bring your knees back together. If you would like to hug your knees into your chest one last time, and then come into your Shavasana. And as you relax your body in Shavasana, focus on slowing down your breath. Then focus on releasing all the tension in your body. Allow your mind to focus on the right side of your body, your masculine side, as you think about relaxing your right foot, right leg, right arm, right shoulder, your yang. And then move your attention to the left side of your body, your female side, your yin, allowing your left foot and left leg to relax, left arm, left shoulder, and zip it right up the middle, relaxing your pelvis and your entire spine, all your back muscles. Relax your neck and your jaw, bringing your yin and your yang together harmoniously, codependent and cohesive. Relax your face and relax your mind and enjoy a few moments of inner bliss. Please bring your awareness back to your breath and deepen your breathing as you make small movements with your fingers and toes to wake up your body. Please bend your knees and then roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And in doing so, you're sealing off the hot masculine side of your body, which is bright and fiery. And you're exposing the feminine side of your body, which is cool, dark, and calm. And that calmness will carry you for the rest of your day. Please, very slowly, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated. And I shall do the closing chant if you care to join me. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Knuckles to my forehead honors God. Knuckles to my chin honors you. Knuckles to my heart honors myself. Namaste. Jai Yogis.